Good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode with Hayden B. Grilling. Now, tonight we're going to make up some Taco Bell inspired Mexican pizzas. I know you can go to Taco Bell and get them, but they're fun to make. They're pretty easy to make. They're a little more on the time consuming side, but these things are really, really good. Real quick, folks, one of the things I love about this is there's no set stone way of making these. If you don't want black olives, if you don't want tomatoes, don't put them on there. If you want a big tortilla shell, a small tortilla shell, it is all up to you. You're in the driver's seat on this. So let's get after it. All right, folks, one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to pour just a little bit of oil into our skillet. All right. And then we're going to turn our burner on to a medium-high heat. And what that's going to do, we're going to go ahead and start frying up our tortilla shells, get them nice and crispy, and then we'll set them to the side. Alrighty, folks, so our oil is warming up. So we just want enough oil in there to just barely cover the bottom. You don't want to soak your tortilla shells in the oil, but at the same time, you don't want your tortillas to stick to the skillet, so that's why we put a little bit of oil in there. Alrighty, so I just laid my tortilla shell in there a little bit ago, and I'm starting to hear the sizzle, and I'm seeing the bubbles. So we're going to stay on top of these shells and flip them pretty frequently so that way they don't burn. All right, folks, so this one here, we're about to pull it, set it on a plate, and we're going to repeat that process. All right, now that we got our tortillas all nice and golden and crispy, now we're going to start browning up the ground beef. All right, folks, our ground beef is just about done. While that's finishing up, we're going to go ahead and spread some refried beans on our tortillas. All right, folks, so these tortillas, they got the beans spread onto them. So now we're just waiting on the beef to finish. All right, folks, so that's what that phase should look like. And once we have that meat and our beans in there, and we're going to put our second tortilla over the top. Just kind of give it a little mashing. We want to get it as flat as possible. We've got our top on. We're ready for the next phase. We're just going to add some enchilada sauce to the top. We got our enchilada sauce on the top. Now it's time for the cheese. We got our cheese on it. I'm just going to garnish the tops a little bit of green onion, a little bit of chive. Folks, now we're ready for this to go in the oven, and I do apologize. I forgot to even mention that before we even started this whole deal. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You're just going to put it in there long enough for the cheese to melt on top of the tortilla shell. All right, folks, just pulled these ones out of the oven, and the cheese is nice and melted. They're looking really good. All right, folks, so I just added a little bit of taco sauce to the top of my pizza here. So we're about to give it that all-important taste test. Folks, that right there is legit. Damn good Mexican pizza. We don't need Taco Bell anymore. But again, very good. A little bit on the time consuming side. Very tasty. My wife loved it. So y'all please give us one a try. You won't disappoint. You won't regret it. Please. Y'all stay tuned for the next videos. And as always, y'all please like, subscribe. And we'll see you down the road.